Hi, Jose. Good morning. We're going to start with this part of the class. I'm going to explain this topic. So, let's take a look to this sentence. I was going to stay at home. I was going to stay at home. So, usually we see this topic and we see I am going to stay at home. Right? Usually that's what we use with going to, right? I am going to stay at home. However, when we use the verb be in the past, it's used to talk about possible situations or like future in the past, some pretending situations that could have happened. So I was going to stay at home. It's not the same as saying I am going to stay at home or I'm going to stay at home, right? So this future in the past is used to talk about future plans, intentions, or predictions that we made in the past. So for example, I was just going to call you. So it doesn't mean that this happened. This is an intention, right? I was just going to call you. So they plan to call for this other person. Sorry. Most of the time we use this feature in the past to talk about planned events, but they didn't happen. And for example, I was just going to check the recording function on my app. So this was something that was planned, but did not happen, right? She wanted to do this, but she didn't do it, right? So it's a planned event, but it didn't happen. So what's the form again? Instead of the regular being present, for going to for the future, we use was or were, depending, no? Singular or plural, subjects, then going to, and then the base form of the verb. So let's take a look again. Tony was going to listen to the recording. So was, because it's singular, going to, and then the base form of the verb. Yeah. And if we have a plural subject, we have Amy and John, for example, it will be they. They were going to listen to. So again, no, this verb being past is allowing us to describe a planned event that not necessarily happened, or an intention, a prediction for the future that could have or that could or not happen. All right, so before we jump to the next topic, let's review this exercise. So again, we have a little description of this topic. So again, we are talking about plans, and subject. We have the subject, was, were, going to, and then the verb in the base form. Well, we can actually explain the other one too, because this exercise will let us practice both. Continuing with the previous explanation. Well, the use of would is similar, as you remember, when we use will, going to, will, we're talking about the future, right? The will, the verb be, the modal verb, sorry, would is used to talk about past or future promise or predictions, but we don't have any evidence that it will or not happen, right? So the form, like any other modal verb, is would plus the base form of the verb. So for example, I thought you would help me, or you will help him. So we're talking about our past future promises. No? This thought, no, this is like an intention, right? They thought they would help them. Sorry. So this would, as you remember, it doesn't have any meaning at all. At the word itself, no, it's like an auxiliary verb that it's having an action on the verb. So we have the ending, right? The ending for the verb, or the new ending for the verb, will be haría, ería. So for example, we just have help here, right? Ayuda, sería ayudaría. And it works with the old verbs. It's the same. For example, eat, no? Will eat, comería. No, it's not just comer. No, the ending is talking about this promise or prediction for the future. And this verb, would, is mostly used to talk about a voluntary action, a promise, or a prediction. So as a voluntary action, I knew he would make dinner tonight. I knew he will make dinner tonight. A promise, we can start with, no, she promised that she will come to my party. She promised that she will come to my party. And prediction, I thought it will be a disaster. I thought it will be a disaster. Obviously, this first introductory sentence give us that intention, right? I knew, or she promised, or I thought, right? This definitely make us create this type of sentence. No? And obviously after would, we have the verb, right? And remember, it makes that action for the ending haría, ería. All right, so let's practice again, same exercise. All right, so we have again, no, after future in the past, we can also talk about predictions, right, with would. And we can have these reports. We can also use, instead of I thought or I knew, we can also say said or told me, told us. No, we've seen the difference between these two. So we're going to try to fill this exercise. So, all right. So this is a reading exercise. It's an conversation, right? And then we have, hey, Ashley, you know, you look so happy. Ashley, I'm the happiest woman on earth, sorry, because Ben and I are getting married soon. Look at my beautiful ring. Sam, oh, as far as I remember, you told me Ben. And how can we fill this? It will be was where, and then the verb, or going to, and then the verb, or would. So it will be because it's prediction would. No? would go. You told me Ben will go to Britain for 7 months. And then they go, well, he lied to me. What? It's a long story. He didn't go on business to Britain. He went there to bring his parents to the States. He said he he said he again is also prediction. He would tell me about it because he wanted it to be a surprise. What a lovely surprise. Ashley, I phoned yesterday to tell you about it, but I didn't have time. So it's a plan, action, but it didn't happen. So going to, right? I was going to phone you to tell you about this, but I didn't have time. Samantha. And I, same, right? It's another intention. I was going to call you on yesterday, but it was a bit late and I didn't want to bother. We both had a chance. We both had a change of plans yesterday. Yes. Would you like to go to a coffee shop? Yes. Asking. And yes, I. And then it says some bite, some food, but I can do it later. So same is an intention, right? And then it's changing, the plan changing. So I was going to buy some food, but I can do it later. Then go, let's go. And well, this is a reading exercise. And you can stop the recording here 1 second and read it. And then also stop here on the questions, no? Take a moment and try to answer each of them. But this is like reading comprehension. All right, so we're going to click on finished. And let's take a look why it's not correct. I was going to find it's correct. To call on. Oh, sorry. This U is incorrect. Call on. And I was going to buy. But this one is correct. So that's this exercise to talk about future in the past. So let me run a game. So we can practice this one last time. And login. Oh, I was about to go. Sorry, answer 2 minutes. What to do? I thought blue. Right? I thought you were going to please push. Okay. Next one. She said she. She wouldn't speak Amharic unless he apologized for being rude. Next one. The meeting. All right, I will. I didn't realize the meeting will go on all day. Next one. That they Alright, he told his children that they weren't to go out until they finished their homework. The test was to have Alright, the test was to have been on Monday. Bing. No, Bing. Bing. Just Bing. Next one. We so we were just starting the lesson when the fire alarm went. Because it's we. No, we applied for a passport, or he applied for a passport because he was planning to go abroad. Okay, to left, the police. The police, it's plural, right? So that's why we're going to charge me with robbery. And finally, use Sorry. You were going to show me the photos, but we were interrupted. All right, so there was this practice for feature in the car. Um, so let me now share the next one. Okay, so let's practice a little bit of rule. So would is not as common, I would say, modal verb. People usually use would like, but just would as itself is not very common. So let's take a look to some of these situations. So what will you do? It's just your first date with that special person. You'll watch a movie, but and you only have these two options. A cliche rom-com and a horror movie. Which one will you choose? Which option will you choose? Which type of movie would you choose? A horror movie or a romantic movie? What would you do? Let's think about it for a second. Here it could be anything, honestly, right? I will watch, I don't know, a romantic movie probably, right? Um, well, because you want to have a good time, right? Next one. You have two really important objects. Your laptop, which has all the information about your life and many important files for your career. You also have a journey, which was your great grandmother's gift for you and the next generation. It's not so expensive, but it has an important meaning. Which object would you give up having? So which one would you not want anymore? The laptop or the necklace? Which one would you give? So it really depends. Now, which one is more important for you, the journey or the laptop? So I will give up on that. Next. If you could choose a meal to have every day, what would it be? Any meal. So for me, it would be I will have pizza every day. To the next one. If you had to choose a country to live forever, what would it be? So I will choose to live in Santorini in Italy. It's a beautiful place. Okay, next question. If you had the opportunity to resurrect a famous person that has passed away, who would it be? So not the answer will have to be it will or I would resurrect this person for this reason. Let's see one last one. Okay, you need to choose a horror movie character to follow you and another one to protect you. Who will you choose? So I don't know. I will choose. What do you think? What would you choose? I will choose Jason to protect me, and I will choose Chucky or Chucky to follow me. If you had the opportunity to bring a cartoon to life, what cartoon would it be? Cartoons. All right, so this could be anything. No, when I think about this question, I think about Toy Story. So I will bring back to Woody. All right, so let's learn the last topic. And it's a quite particular topic. So let me explain. All right, sorry. So let's take a look to this picture. So it says, I had my car fixed. I had my car fixed. So in what tense is this? What tense is this? So it's using past, no? And we're talking about an action that is being it happened, right? But by other person, because you cannot fix your car, right? We don't know. You have to study to become a mechanic. So it's not possible for us to do this kind of things. So we make someone else to fix our cars. Or for example, if you need to get your hair cut, no? You don't cut your own hair, right? Someone else cuts it for us. So if you want to cut your hair, you can describe the person who had cut your hair. For example, I have the hairdresser cut my hair, or I have my hair cut, right? The only difference is that in the first one I'm describing who did something to my hair, right? So that's the topic. This topic is called passive causative, and this topic, yes, this type of statements are used to talk about services another person does for us. Let's go back to the first example. So I had the mechanic fix my car, right? I have someone fixing my car. So it's giving us a service. For example, I had Nick framed so that he looked guilty. So the use of have or get is used to talk about us receiving a service, right? And we can also use this topic to talk about something that causes something else to happen. So get is usually used for this, no? When something causes something else to happen. For example, the recording will get this person does this, no? And when we use have is when you're giving someone the responsibility to do something for you. We've seen that already, right? But get is we're talking about that. So that's the form for passive causatives. So first we have the subject, then we have or get, no? Have is when we talk about giving someone the responsibility to do something, and get is when you receive something or you get the responsibility to do something. Sorry, there is a lot of noise here. So then we have the object. The object is what is receiving this action, no? The object in the previous examples, here, who's receiving the action? The car, right? The car is getting fixed. Here, who's receiving the action? The hair, right? My hair is getting this cut, right? Also, we can also use the verb is going to change, right? And we can also use this with any tense. So for example, here we have or get, right? Make it bigger so we can see better. Have or get, then the object who's receiving the action, and the participle. No, it's also important. We need a participle to describe this action. No? For example, Talia gets her hair done or cut, or Talia has her hair done. So gets or had is talking about receiving this, no? This service. And in this example, both of them have the same meaning, right? But like I mentioned, we can also have this with many other subjects. So, or many other tenses. So for example, present simple, no? John has or get his car inspected, or he, in present perfect, he has gotten he has gotten it done. Then for simple past, he had got it, or had or got, right? He had it inspected, or he got it inspected last week. Then future, he's going to get it painted next week, or he will get it painted next week, right? And for modals, no, we can have this modal or any other: may, might, could. He might have the tires replaced too, or he could have the tires too, or he may have the tires replaced too, right? They could change. The tense, it could always be different. And we've seen this before. The use of by is to introduce something. In this topic, we introduce who's making or who's doing this service. So for example, Amy is getting her hair cut by who? By the hairdresser. But we mentioned this just when it's important. If it's not necessarily, we don't have to mention whoever is giving us this service. So saying Amy is getting her hair cut by a hairdresser is incorrect. Amy is getting her hair cut by the hairdresser in town. No, it's just, we just use this when we're giving an important information. So the best hairdress is different than just saying a hairdresser, right? So this is important. It's just for describing very important information. All right, so let me share this exercise to practice this last topic. Okay, so to practice this, let's see some of these um, cards. So the first one goes, tell me something you paid for and have had done really badly. So tell me about something you paid for. So you can say I had or I got, no? And then the service could be anything, no? Like we've seen. eh, Usually a service is to do something or to fix something. So you can say I got um, the technician could be repaired what? To be repaired your laptop. So, but it was done really badly. So they didn't fix the problem, right? So let's take another one, take a look at another one. Tell me about something you are going to get done by the end of the week. Let's take a moment to think about it. So anything you're going to get done by the end of the week. I remember you are going to travel, right? So you probably you have too many things to do until the end of the week. So um, you can just no mention that. I don't have anything to get done this week, so maybe I will pay my services. I will get my husband to pay the internet. Tell me about something you can't afford to get done in the near future. Something small. You can't afford to get done. So negative, right? Something we can get. So for me will be, at the moment, I cannot afford to get my car checked because it's quite expensive. So it's in. Tell me about something you've had delivered to you in the last few weeks. Something you had delivered in the Okay, so something I had delivered in the last few weeks, it will be food. I had, I got delivered a lot of food. Okay, tell me about something you need to have repaired. Okay, so again, it could be anything. Computer, um, it could be a laptop, TV. So you can say, I got my, I don't know, my watch repaired, or I got my cell phone repaired, or anything. All right, so that will be it for today's class, Jose. Thank you very much. I hope you learned something new. If you are interested in practice a little bit more, you can ask me and I can send you some of these links. So, and I will also share the new, I will share the last poll for this class. All right, thank you very much. And that will be it. See you on